There was a letter. Let me go back a bit. Anthony Quinn appeared on this show some time back, last time he was on. He said that he was going to play, do you say Henri Christophe or Henry Christophe, the Haitian Emperor, late Haitian Emperor, and he said he was going to make a movie about it. And that he was looking forward to that, and so on. And Christophe being a black man. And then we talked about something else, and he left. And then this very angry letter appeared in the New York Times by Ellen Holly,
yes.
actress, saying, and the headline, well, she's not responsible for it, but the headline is something like, "Blacks don't need Tony Quinn," or something like that. And the letter was beseeching him not to do this and saying it was a terrible idea for him to play a black man on the screen because black people should play it and it would take away from black pride and all of that if a white man were to play a black man. And I think this is nonsense, but I wondered if you do.
Well, I think a lot of what comes out of such a controversy is nonsense. The controversy itself, though, you have to pay some attention to why it happens. Just my own personal view of that, whether Tony Quinn should play a black man. In this case, the black man was real, was of history, and I think I can't condemn Tony Quinn for playing that. Only Tony Quinn can condemn himself if he does not achieve several things, which include he has to evoke, project a black man in appearance and behavior and so on. To the extent that we are different from white people, he has to, as an actor, achieve that. But he also has to achieve the essence of a Haitian, you know. And add on to that all the other problems of achieving an emperor with that kind of great ambition. And if Tony Quinn fails at any of these things, he has condemned himself. But that's an actor problem, and not a cultural one, you know.
Yeah, but since you're not willing to say that maybe he can't succeed at all those three things, then you wouldn't say that it's wrong for him to play the part.
I don't know his acting talent that well. I admire many of the things I've seen him in, most of the things I've seen him in, including Viva Zapata, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Yeah. But all I can say is he's made one implication, which I don't agree with, and that is that the black actors that are available to play that part have failed to do so because they feel that they're not qualified. That is an implication that I've heard and that I've read in a letter he wrote to a friend of mine. And I choose to disagree with that conclusion. I think that's a conclusion that he has that makes him feel more comfortable. In the controversy, the reason that I or many of the other actors have not approached it is because we have not yet received a script that does the man's life justice. In very simple terms, in historical, cultural, and dramatic terms. I have not yet read that script myself. Yeah. And I have a feeling that Mr. Quinn, in noticing our rejection of certain scripts, one of which I know about in particular, that he has drawn the conclusion that we don't feel that we can tackle it, but it's just that we don't feel that we can tackle that character through what has been written so far.
But if he could convincingly be black, Haitian, and imperial, then you wouldn't mind if he played it?
Many other things I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an actor's right to tackle anything. I would like to have a crack at Ludwig van Beethoven.
Yeah.
And I'm quite serious because there's a rumor anyway that he had black blood in him, you see. But in order for me to tackle Ludwig van, I would have to get a little straighter hairstyle than I have and a little lighter skin complexion than I have, you know?
Yeah.
Among other things.
But I thought her letter was silly because, well, silly, she was not,
no,
it wasn't silly, but she was obviously deeply felt, but I just think she's wrong. I mean, you have to judge artistic things by artistic standards, and I don't think you should make political judgments about works of art, and they shouldn't forward causes. Bertolt Brecht would disagree, but he can't.
Well, you see,
sorry, Brecht fans.
There's no silliness in that, but if you notice one thing, if Tony or you or anybody else who doesn't understand it had read the New York Times several months back, Ellen herself has written a play, which even I have not had the privilege of reading, about Christophe, and pointed out the problems that a black writer and a black producer has of getting things on, and she feels that, and I think rightly so, that she's being muscled out, you know.
Ah, well, that's just another
See,
matter.
the man's life is Christophe's life is public domain, of course, but once a large production moves in and takes the edge off, then it's difficult for any smaller production and less expensive production to come in and do it afterwards. I intend to do it eventually, but I'm in no hurry. I don't want to compete with Tony, you know.
Yeah.
Quinn. But someday I will do my own version of that
So she
man's
might have
life.
had another motive for saying this as well as...
I don't think that implies another motive, but it implies it is directly into the problem, you know.
Yeah.